Hey, how's it going? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about the real reason why I don't think the Golden State Warriors are playing Steph Curry, and how I think they're actually probably benching him for much longer than he needs to be benched for due to his injury, and I don't think they're actually going to be playing him for the rest of the season going forward, because I think they're trying to tank away the season, get a better draft pick, and pretty much set themselves up for the future once all their players are healthy, like Klay Thompson and Curry, get them fully healthy, ready for next season, while also adding a very nice young aspect through the draft lottery. So yeah, I'm be getting to all of that in this video. I mean, before I do get into this video, I want to get into a few things that have been happening in my personal life, and that's why the videos haven't been as consistent. Is one, because we just moved into a new house, and with moving into the new house, we didn't have any internet for a long time. Plus, I was helping move a lot, so I mean, I was also busy doing that. And like I said, no internet makes it pretty damn hard to be able to upload any videos onto YouTube, because internet is kind of a crucial thing to upload a video to YouTube. So yeah, but the internet's back, so I should get back to consistent uploads, especially over the Christmas break. So be on the lookout for new videos coming very, very soon. So without further ado, without rambling too much, let's get right into this video. All right, so my first reason for this video is going to be that they weren't going to be contenders even if Steph Curry would have been healthy the entire season. I mean, after Kevin Durant left this team and Klay Thompson was going to be out for the entire season due to his Achilles injury, there was literally no chance that this team was going to be a finals contender at all, and at best they were going to be a second round playoff team and get bounced. I mean, that was at their highest potential, and once Steph Curry went down for injury, this team just completely blew up, as you can see what happened. I mean, Draymond Green went down with injury, Steph Curry went down for injury, and they were only left with D'Angelo Russell, and I mean, they probably figured, let's just let the season wash. I mean, there's no point in going to the playoffs, getting a mid-first round pick, and getting a mediocre player in the draft, at best a mediocre player in the draft, and being stuck in the same exact situation going into the next season. They probably figured, let's just throw away this season, get a high lottery pick, someone that can really impact the team on day one, and actually be able to help the team when he gets to the team, instead of just having to develop him and hoping that he turns out to be something. You have a sure thing going into the draft now and going into the next season with that player that you drafted, and now, hey, you got another good young aspect to build around it going into the future, and that's better, in my opinion, than going into the playoffs and getting bounced in the first round for absolutely no reason. And now my second reason is going to be, like, pretty much segueing into the next reason. They get a high lottery pick, as I mean, they're currently 8-24. They have the worst record in the Western Conference, which, I mean, that will give them a legit opportunity to land a top prospect in, like, center big man, which they desperately need. They need a center or a big man in general. I mean, a center, they just desperately need one. And I mean, James Wiseman or Isaiah Stewart, either one of those top prospects would help the team on day one, and I mean, would be huge upgrades over what they have right now, and it would give them someone to build on even when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and all them start to get at the back ends of their career. I mean, this dude would just be hitting his prime, and he would be a very nice piece for them to build around. And I mean, either one of these guys would be great among other players in the draft as well. So I mean, if they are able to get a top 3 pick or top 5 pick, they have legitimate shots at landing some of these guys. And I mean, if they got someone like James Wiseman, imagine that starting lineup: Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, D'Angelo Russell, Draymond Green, and James Wiseman. I mean, that team is a legit playoff team going into the next season, and it would be a very scary team that nobody would want to see going into that season at all. And I mean, that's obviously assuming that they all stay healthy and everything, but I mean, if they would get a high lottery pick, that could help the team out so much more than them getting bounced in the first round. So I think, personally, it would actually benefit them a ton not to play Steph Curry and just tank this entire season away like I think they're already doing. And I mean, get a high lottery pick like James Wiseman or Isaiah Stewart, who either one of those guys would make the team so much better and automatically make that a playoff team once again, and potentially set them up to have another superstar on their roster and make them that dynasty once again. But now my third reason is going to be, see what they got in D'Angelo Russell. I mean, when they traded for D'Angelo Russell, a lot of people were kind of saying, like, I mean, we don't know what he's got. Is he going to fit with the Warriors? Can he play good? Is he that good of a player? Or is he just a system player in Brooklyn? Well, we've seen this year that he is definitely not a system player, as I mean, he's just as good offensively as he was in Brooklyn. Now that he's with the Golden State, he's still with the offensive juggernaut that we all once known him to be when he was at Brooklyn, and he's shown tons and tons of potential. So it would not surprise me at all if the Warriors do decide to keep D'Angelo Russell going into the next season, and maybe even trying to have a starting lineup of Klay, Curry, and D'Lo all in the same starting lineup. Now, they might trade D'Lo only because the ball movement might be a little stagnant stagnant with all three of them on the court at once, and there might be such small ball lineup that they can't deal with it on defense. But if they can make it work, and with how good of an offensive mind Steve Kerr is, I'm sure he could find a way to make it work. I would not be surprised at all if that is the starting lineup we see, and them becoming one of the best offensive teams in the league once again. Because with that lineup, it'd be very hard to guard, especially for teams that have a bigger kind of lineup and kind of rely on big men more than other teams. Like, they would pretty much be able to destroy teams like the Detroit Pistons, who rely on Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin, as they were just not athletic enough or fast enough to keep up with a three-guard system like the Warriors would be pulling out going into the next season. And I mean, even with that lineup, if they did keep D'Angelo Russell, because he has shown tons and tons of potential with him and shown like why the Warriors might be keeping going to the next season, I mean, they would still have a big man in Draymond Green and potentially James Wiseman or another center going out of the draft. I mean, that lineup would be very interesting to watch going to the next season if they keep D'Angelo Russell, and I think he's shown enough for the Warriors to potentially keep him going to the next season. But now my fourth reason is going to be that they get everyone healthy for next year. And by healthy, I mean 100% healthy. Any surgeries that need to go on, they're going to be able to get the surgeries done, because this season doesn't matter anyway. Klay Thompson's going to be able to 100% heal from that Achilles injury. They don't have to worry about a repeat of the Kevin Durant injury where he tries to come back too early and re-injures it way too early and he ends up being out for way more time than he needs to be. So I mean, Klay Thompson, he's not going to have to come back at all this season. He's going to be able to fully recover over this season. Steph Curry, he's going to be able to get whatever hand injury, whatever ankle injury, whatever whatever type of injury he does have going on in the background, he's going to be able to get that done. I'm sure they're going to start shutting down Draymond Green here soon as well. Draymond Green's going to be able to get fully healthy, and they're all going to be fully healthy going into the next season, which is going to be something that not many teams can do, because I mean, those good teams that are going on deep playoff runs, they're going to have less time to recover already, so they're going to be less healthy than the Warriors going into the next season. Same with other teams that just played their star players all season anyway. So I mean, really, Steph Curry's going to be coming in fresh. Same with Klay Thompson. Maybe Draymond Green, if they decide to shut him down. Their only star on their team is going to be D'Angelo Russell, that plays the whole season most likely, plus a high prospect in the draft that could potentially be James Wiseman. I mean, just imagine how good of a team the Warriors could be next season. They could go from being the worst team in the NBA to being one of the best teams in the NBA in just one offseason once again, like the Warriors did before. So, I mean, it would not surprise me at all if they do sit Curry for the rest of the season, and I think that might be what they're doing. But unfortunately, guys, that's going to be my first video. So comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think Curry's benched more because the Warriors are kind of tanking more than his injury, or do you think it's just due to his injury? And do you think the Warriors can potentially turn this thing around all in one offseason? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you did like the video, any point, hit the like button and subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. I hope you did like the video, and like I said, if you did like the video, any point, hit the like button and subscribe button. And all glory to God. See you in the next video. Goodbye, boo. Blah.